All right, man. Torture Talk. You know what it is, man. Thank y'all for joining that live. I appreciate y'all, man. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. So, academics, man. Academics is threatening to sue Mano, which is crazy. Well, I mean, this is his lane, right? But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about Mona from the Joe Budden podcast saying something about academics and he responding. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. You already know what it is. Let's get it. All right, man. Torture Talk. You know what it is, man. If you want to leave a donation, link is on the screen. I appreciate everybody pulling up to live. I'm so excited about this whole top 50 female battle of all time artists. It's gonna be so great. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? We might even do this, John, standing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I might have a board over here and we might have a board. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm excited. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. All the beautiful single sex ladies, but one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. I'm the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from. So look, we're gonna get into it, man. Make sure you go subscribe to Torture Talk After Hours. I drop episodes over there as well. So let's get. All right, this comes courtesy of Chink Smooth. You already know what it is. So let's get it.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. For anybody that ever wanted to see DJ Akademiks on the Joe Budden podcast this year, or possibly next year, sit right there, buddy, because it's gonna be a while. Mona, aka Don't Call Me White Girl, wants all the smoke with DJ Akademiks. After his recent new hire, Mark Lamont Hill, squashed his beef with DJ Akademiks, Joe Budden just realized in real time, oh shit, once again, I just hired somebody that does not like DJ Akademiks.
I'm gonna say this about Mona. I like Mona. I do believe that she can be very catty at times. Like very, very catty. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes she does run her mouth a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like I think she jumps the gun a lot. Let's just say that.
Mona's smoke with DJ Akademiks actually dates back a couple years ago. Mona did a No Jumper interview with Sharp, and she called out Akademiks for doing war in Chirac. Not only that, but Mona also told Akademiks, you're built like a dyke. Here's what she said a couple years ago about him.
We let real dweebs that wouldn't even jump out the car to cop a fucking eighth. If they made beer illegal, they would have a hard time getting it. They'd be paying $30 for a can of beer because they fucking don't know nothing. We gorillas. Like, once you survive the street and you don't rat, you're not dead. I ain't got that fucked up limp or ain't put me in no chair. I'm a gorilla. You feel what I'm saying? I'm better than you because I survived that shit, period.
I know a lot of y'all might not like my take on this, but that ain't nothing to be glorifying. It's really not. Like, that's not a flex. Like, in my opinion, it's not a flex. Like, a lot of y'all be thinking that's a flex. It's really not. I survived this. I did that. I'm this. I got shot 25 times in my left elbow and I survived that. I'm that. It's not a flex. You know what I mean? That's just me.
And the thing about street people is we have knowledge that you can't just go get a degree in. You can have a degree in whatever you want. You can't learn this shit I know. And I damn near can't even fucking teach it. You understand what I'm saying? That look down, that whole like, they're thugs, they have criminal records. That's why you can't be in this culture of reporting on it.
I know this episode ain't about that. So I'll break that down another time. I'm just saying it's so much wrong with what she's saying. For some people that might be right, but a lot of y'all gotta understand this mentality that she has. That's an old ideology. It's not. I totally believe that a good portion of black people have removed themselves from that ideology. I think that she thinks that that's how street people are. It's like the last of the dying breed. And she glorifies it as if it's something that you should be proud of. I don't know.
That's why Akademiks shouldn't have been the person reporting on all the Chicago shit. Cause he ain't from 63rd. Like, he don't know shit about shit, but we let these people come in the culture and talk shit. Look at the people we talked about, Gil and Wallow. Gil locked the fuck up, doors kicked in over some motherfucking weed. Him and his bitch went to jail. And she was a square and open her fucking mouth, ain't tell. This lady's a makeup artist. You understand what I'm saying? Fucking Wallow do a dub for robbery. Like, these motherfuckers is talking street shit, teaching street lessons, cause they walked on them streets.
Again, I don't know why she think that this is street education 101, as if everybody needs to learn that. You should be teaching people not to do that. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of these people that from her position that, listen, I'm a street nigga and I tell people you don't want to be that. No. Stay far away from it. Stay far away from it. Like, I don't know. I'll go deep into it, but not today. Not today. I just don't feel like it right now because I just don't feel like breaking her whole argument down right now.
Black people that's really like in the culture that don't have Vlad, Akademiks, trap lore. I don't understand how they're allowed to do that shit. I don't get it. Shit, lightweight Adam. Like, I don't get how the white boys could just come in and do that. Akademiks, I don't.
But I gotta keep stopping this because she's talking crazy. Who is going to stop them though? Who? And why is it that y'all, again, I'm gonna say this until I die. Why do y'all always try to put the ownership on things that they do, but not the nefarious things that the people they're talking about do? Why do y'all always do this? Everybody always defending the criminal. Why? I don't understand it. It's crazy.
I hear from him.
I don't want to hear nothing from him neither.
Let's do a challenge. Put Akademiks in the back of the car, take him to a local weed block, and we challenge him to go buy the eighth. With a Corona mask, not even on no shit. Fitted cap, regular mask, so they just don't know you Akademiks. And I want to see you walk up to the local and get an eighth. And don't kick that. I don't smoke weed. He responded to this fat bitch, I don't smoke weed. Well, you might gotta buy eighth for the bitch, because I know she ain't fuck you because you. Built like.
But you see what I mean? Like, and I get she getting her jokes off. Don't get me wrong. But the point I'm making is, why does he have to do that? Like and again, I'm not defending Ak. I'm just saying, why does he have to do that? Why does he have to act? Why does he have to? Why does he have to prove to you, like, or prove to people? He don't have to do that. He can make a documentary about anything. You know, the crazy thing is, y'all don't have the same smoke when it comes to all of these different journalists that do stuff like this. Y'all don't care. We're basically telling him that he can't report on something because he's not from there. Well, guess what? They do that all the time in all these other countries. They do that with all of these different news organizations do this all the time. But for some reason, when it come to you can't do this because you don't know. They don't know what's going on in these countries. They still report on it. I don't understand it.
Dyke built like a motherfucking lesbian. He built like a 40-year-old lesbian. He's like a female Manny Fresh.
Now, recently on their Patreon episode, while they were talking about Mano and DJ Akademiks going at each other, Mona brought up war in Chirac once again. She went on to say, yo, I don't really like Akademiks. While I was researching him, his come up, I realized this guy was using war in Chirac, where he was making fun of kids dying out in Chicago, to basically come up in hip-hop. Now, it's always very interesting to watch anytime one person in the room has smoke with somebody everybody else likes. Akademiks has already been up on the Joe Budden podcast. Not only that, last year, DJ Akademiks was at Joe Budden's birthday party. So obviously, Joe, Ice, and Ish are not going to say anything negative about Akademiks. And of course, Mark Lamont Hill was not going to join in either. He just recently squashed his beef with Akademiks, so Mona was left on an island all by herself. Here it is.
And it was long too, but I think my favorite part by far was when he compared their dicks. Basically said in so many words that he knows the whores, he knows the hoes, he's in the streets, and the hoes call Ack chicken nugget. I would like to also say I've heard the same. He said that he is a big dick dominator. It said something like that.
Dictator.
And, he's a big dick dictator. And don't talk to him like that. You can't even stand with him or
How
sit
does that
with
come
him.
back to you? Somebody's...
Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Listen, bro. What are we doing, bro? Like, we're really talking about this. I don't understand it.
Like, news about their shit being chicken nugget.
With me, because I told this to Joey, I'm the type of person, if my friends say they fuck somebody, the first thing I say is like, how was the pussy? How was it? You know what I mean? So, right there. And not to mention, if you fuck somebody like Akademiks, as big as his mouth is,
why? Like, I don't know, man.
You're going to say something about that dick being little because it's funny. You know what I mean? Especially his build. He already built like a baby mom. So it's like built like baby mom with this little ass dick. It's funny as shit. Yes, I'm not a big fan of him. I hope that's not nobody's cousin. I said that with love.
I mean, him and I had one of the biggest shows ever. That's all.
I said your little show.
We ain't gonna talk.
You made it. You made the show.
We all have.
Oh, you gotta stop. You gotta stop the cat. This is what I don't like with Pete that people do. Acknowledge that where he's at today. You saying that he got big off the war in Chirac? No, he didn't. No, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that. I think that helped his career, but not as much as what he did after that. I think that he might have got a little bit of buzz or start from there or whatever you want to call it, but that's not what made him who he is today. Definitely not. Like, no, I totally disagree with that. And you gotta be able to be objective. You have this venomous hate for this man, and you never met him. So that means that you gathered all your information from people on the internet or people who told you, or some things he might have had said. But you never met him. Y'all never talked. You never sat down and talked to him. At least from what I'm seeing. So my thing is, like, if you never met him and he never met you, how y'all got so much to say about each other? I don't understand it. I don't. This is what happens, man. This is what the internet has done to us.
Oh, you won't fuck with that.
I just don't.
Did you not gather that from the last?
Listen.
2 minutes?
Do y'all really want to know? Do y'all really want to know for real? When I found out the history of him, like how he started, I was just like, what the fuck? People let that fly? Like the reporting on Chicago and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of people that are like not in the streets at all, doing all street content. I just don't get that. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, then you don't like a lot of rappers then. You don't like a lot of rappers who claim they was from the streets and never was. There's a lot of rappers who are like that. A good portion of rappers never been in the streets. If you're saying that you don't like, most of these, a good portion of rappers never got any bodies and none of this stuff. They lied for years. Years they lied. But some reason this the hill you want to die on? Come on now, girl. Cut it out.
Just feel like you have to be at least adjacent to it to be able to report on it. You know what I mean? In my personal opinion, I don't want to hear shit from a square that wouldn't even walk through these blocks they discuss every day. I don't. That's my personal opinion.
I don't know if I agree. I think good coverage is good coverage.
How can you cover it good if you don't understand it, never seen it, never been there, never been close to it? How can you cover it well? How?
You don't necessarily have to do all that. Journalists do that all the time. They do it all the time. And it's the same thing you're doing when it comes to him. How can you cover him? You never met him, you never talked to him, never seen him, never did anything with him. How can you say the same thing? You're going off what you heard, right? You're going off of what you've seen online, right? You don't know him personally, but yet and still, you're talking about him. So I just need to understand that. So it's a total contradiction, right?
Would that be the same thing as if you compare like I won't say Stephen A, but someone who's never actually played the sport or someone who's not actually involved in that way, but still able to speak about it in a way that sounds like they know what they're talking about?
No.
You would it be the same?
That's actually a very good analogy. Yes, that's the same thing. Yes. Don't try to act like it's not. It's the same thing. Someone who doesn't know about boxing or who never boxed before, but given a critique on boxing, it's the same thing as if someone never been in the streets giving a critique about the streets. It's no different. I don't know why. Maybe the subject matter is different, but the ideology is the same. You don't know. You never stepped in the ring. You don't know how to take a punch, but you're criticizing boxers, or you're telling boxers how to fight, or you're telling people. It's the same thing as if I've never been in the streets, never sold no drugs, but I'm telling you how to move weight or cut coke or whatever. Like, come on, it's no different. It's no different. They don't let them tell y'all that. It's no different.
People lose their lives in the street. It's a different thing.
It's a politics that come in the street that if you discussing it from a wide array, you might not understand.
There's a politics that come with everything that you
not like
you compare it to sports.
Yeah,
I'm saying
it's politics that go. Yes, it is politics that go with sports too. Some people be saying, "Oh, he got robbed at that fight." Don't even know how the conky box numbers are counted. Don't know none of that. What are you talking about? It's the same thing. He's right. Armani's absolutely right about that.
Well, she's saying because he's never come from the streets, he's never done any of the things that happen in the streets, he shouldn't be able to report on it. I'm not saying she's right or wrong. I'm just saying I think if you're a good reporter and you have enough knowledge on how to find out information on something, you can report on it in an honest way, even though you have not experienced it yourself.
I didn't say he shouldn't. I'm just giving you the difference between the streets and sports. I didn't say he can't report on it.
Always doing that, bro. He always does that, bro. He is a habitual fence sitter. Like, get off that fence.
Yeah, the politics of sports is much more widely discussed than the politics of
street stuff.
Streets, illegal enterprises.
Right, because a lot of times what I see
more
is
accurately and openly.
Okay.
Well, a lot of times what I see is people report on the streets, and then it's always this little twang of like disgust almost. Like, you know, they're stupid, or it was like you don't understand it enough to even have that opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. This is my personal opinion, especially when people he built his whole shit off that. I never knew that. That's how he started with the reporting on all the drill stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so many people lost their lives in Chicago. It's just,
again, totally ignoring the point of what she's saying by saying he got his start off of so many people lost their lives. Okay, so let's talk about the people who did these things that ended people's lives. It's like we never want to talk about that part. We always want to talk about people who are using the culture. I just disagree with that whole sentiment. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with we just ignoring all the other side of it. I'm sorry. I just don't agree with that.
It's ground zero for that. That's where, in my opinion, Chicago influenced the country, the world. I listened to drill from Germany. You know what I mean? And it's like real drill music has real crime in it. It's assault and murder in it. So, you know.
I feel you. I don't know enough about it to comment on it. See,
you know?
So if it has it in it, you're saying this is so crazy that people would agree with this. Real drill music has crime and assault and all these things in it, and he reports on it, and it's his fault. It's Akademiks' fault that he's reporting on it because they're actually really talking about some real stuff in his songs. What? It's called self-snitching. They're indicting themselves. This was why Little Durk and all these dudes are on trial. Because these dudes talk about it in their songs. They indicting themselves. I can't blame Act for that. I can't blame Traplo Ross for that. I don't care if you say, well, they ain't a part of the listen, bro. The culture's gonna get used. That's just what it is, man. I can't get around that. I tried to dance around it, but it's wide open for people to use it. I know we're supposed to not let it happen, but what are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do? And if we're gonna correct them, then we gotta correct the people. Maybe we should correct the people that's doing these crimes and then say, well, now you have nothing to talk about, Akademiks. It's nothing you could talk about. You think Akademiks is going into the suburbs and doing the documentary about the suburbs? No, because it's not glorified. It's a lot of things that go on in the suburbs, but it ain't glorified. So he ain't putting it out. He ain't doing that.
No, and the reason why I don't.
I'm talking about acts, or like I'm talking about in terms of the Akademiks part of it. I just don't know. I don't know his backstory, so I don't know enough about it.
From what I heard, he was reporting on Chicago.
Now, to be fair, Akademiks has since taken accountability for war in Chirac so many times. He was actually confronted by a bunch of people out in Chicago for it a couple years back on Clubhouse. And on top of that, he's also done actual interviews with the people he was covering in Chicago. People like G Herbo.
That's a fact. He did interviews with these people. So who are you to say that he shouldn't have had done that? I've seen interviews where people were thanking him for it. Like, I'm being serious. It might, listen, y'all already know how I feel about Ak. I ain't even got to keep regurgitating that. I'm just saying. For her to get on here and say that she don't like it, but the people who he's talking about have no problem with it, and they're the ones that he's talking about. Well, how is she even saying anything then? And if she did a research instead of doing a bias search, because a lot of y'all do bias search, y'all don't do research, y'all do bias search. Y'all find stuff that y'all agree with. Because if y'all read something y'all agree, oh, this is fake. Oh, this is misinformation. No, I don't like this. That's what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all do. Or y'all find a flaw in it. Oh no, well, you gotta understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Chief Keef, Lil Reese, these guys have all sat down with him and done interviews, and they've also given him props for doing the war in Chirac.
I would cover Chicago again, just way different. Yeah, I wouldn't do the nicknames. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was at a time where shit, it felt like it was okay. Yeah. Me growing up, I'm like, nah.
When we was young, it was funny though. Like, we was tweaking off this shit. Like, man, he calling this nigga the Grand Reaper. He just calling this nigga Max Payne. He doing this. He calling this nigga this. You feel what I'm saying?
By the way, Lil Reese did put out a tape called Grim Reaper.
So if the people that you're doing content on don't feel offended, you're probably not trying to hear anybody else's opinion on it. I'm just keeping it real with you.
That's what I'm saying. How can you say that he did all this when they don't even care? Only one person I think had a problem with that was I think it was Vic Mensa. He called him a bitch and all this stuff. But outside of that, I don't see anybody coming at him all crazy, at least from what I've seen.
Guys, outside of Vic Mensa, there hasn't been too many popular artists in Chicago that was actually pissed off that Akademiks was doing war in Chirac. Now, last night, DJ Akademiks responded back to Mona, and here's what he said.
And you're trying to say, well, there's lame people and not lame people. Well, the lame dudes created this for the most part. And again, we're not talking just podcasts. We're talking about, when we talk about how digitally media happens now, I think I played a great part in it, because you know what? You get the Dusty Dyke bitch over Joe Budden podcast. I don't even know who she is. She can't stop talking about me. They keep talking about the war in Chirac, which, by the way, completely incorrect. The war in Chirac ain't won't pop me off, but you know, the uneducated scammers like that will say that. And by the way, Shorty, please don't hop in a beef. If you ever want to squabble, let me. And people been saying you've been talking shit, but here's the thing: you're not relevant enough. You're filling out the Melissa Ford slot, Shorty. I know. And by the way, I went over to their
bruh. Oh man, this ain't gonna be good. This is gonna be crazy.
To see the vibe. They want me to check you. Since Ice and Ish won't check you, you taking over the show, talking over people. Bitch, we don't want to hear the dyke bitch that's a white chick come from Philly, nothing attractive, just saying a bunch of dumb shit, limited knowledge and limited vocabulary. We don't want her taking over the podcast, okay? Joe's too scared to kind of say something because you giving that masculine energy. So they're hoping, you come in and simmer her down that the cast could be a little bit more calibrated. I've done a lot of favors. I'll do this one later. She's just not that relevant. I got to give it up no matter what, because you know what? I'm all about let's keep the same energy. You know, everybody said, yo, Mano's tough. Yo, you talk shit to X, Y, and Z. You ain't going to say nothing to Mano because Mano's tough. All right, bet. So I got to keep the same energy. Bet. Let me do the Mano shit. Cool. Then you get the dyke looking bitch on Joe Budden podcast. Like, is she piling on? Like, we don't know you, shorty. Like, you on Joe Budden podcast, keep doing what you're doing. I ain't even mad at you or whatever you're doing, but it's like, nigga, you've been trying to get on my radar. I don't know you. You're just like this ugly dyke old bitch, bro. Like, come on. That sound like you've been smoking cigarettes for 25 years. I don't want to get on your ass because, number one, I know how that's going to go. It's going to be in your favor on social media. Bitches is going to want to support you because they're going to think, because that's what they do. They support these loser ass thinking that's how they take me down. But then you got the bitch on Joe Budden podcast. Bruv, I don't know if Joe not paying you enough. Joe getting $20 million. You don't need to do that cloud chasing because I don't think nobody even watch your shit. I think you got your own podcast. You know Joe, my mans. Me and Joe, we had an iconic show. Bro, don't bring your little issue with me over there. Like, keep it on your podcast and nobody watch it. Like, Joe not gonna give you a raise. He's getting $20 million. Y'all keep getting y'all $300 or whatever the fuck y'all getting. It's okay. So that's my thing. But it's like Voltron. They're all trying to form because here's the thing. When you're popular, I keep telling you it's like a Drake effect. I'm not necessarily calling myself Drake and this shit, but that does work.
Now, first off, Joe, do not fall for the bait, brother. Akademiks wants you to start cracking the whip, start making Mona feel uncomfortable, which eventually might lead to her leaving the podcast or possibly getting fired. Don't do it. And now, secondly, everybody knows Mona is a verbal crash out. She does not give a fuck who talks about her or what people say about her. And you gotta remember, she's a comedian, somebody who jokes and insults people professionally for a living. And she's also from Philly. So if it comes down to it, she will put hands on you in person. However, the only thing is, I don't think Joe is going to give her much of a chance and opportunity to really go at Akademiks on the podcast. The same way we saw Joe Budden quickly snip Mark Lamont Hill going at Akademiks, that's what I'm going to assume is going to happen here. Even though if you guys listen to the podcast, no matter what, Mona is still going to get in her jokes. Personally, I don't see much coming from this. I think eventually somebody's going to catch her up to speed with everything, and who knows, she might still hate Akademiks after that. But you guys get in the comments below, who do you guys think is right or wrong in this situation? And how far do you guys expect this beef between Akademiks and Mona to last? Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later, man.
Man, I think that Joe is going to shut it down. And I also think that Akademiks, I think he ain't going to take it too far where I don't think this is going to go too far. I think she's going to probably respond, but it ain't going to be what we think. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all, man. See y'all on the next one.